So apparently, this is just a gift that keeps on giving. We're back for more. This is round 5, like the second day. The saga was complete for the first day, and now I have to come in and make a part 2. Just some Elo updates. The hero of the day, Gary Sir, got demoted to Diamond 4. Back down from Diamond 3 after a very long and very unfortunate series of losses in which he said there were 4 AFKs back to back to back to back. And now he's apparently been relegated to support duty with Morgana, which is also very interesting because I didn't even know he supported. I thought he only ever played jungle. I'm not sure how many games they're planning to go at it again this time. I hope it's not like 5 or 6 because I really don't want to cast them all. It's a huge strain on my voice when I keep doing this. Like, the longer I do this, the more I'm thinking that maybe I should take up the offers on some vocal training lessons. I originally said I'll consider it, which is the nice way of saying no thanks, just because I'm pretty, despite not having any real obligations outside actual work, I tend to keep myself pretty busy on my own spare time, and I very rarely do have the time to go. But maybe I'll actually try out some vocal training just so I don't strain my voice. It's a huge time investment for me. I'm not sure when I can even make that happen. But here goes. I got a dual caster, but they're not talking. It's still just solo effort for now. Oh, there he is. Hello.
Okay.
You're my
right,
co-caster.
Fine, I will dual cast for you.
You've been conscripted.
I've been scripted.
Alright, so apparently nobody banned Tarek E, so blue team is gonna go for the funnel. Other than that, we're gonna have KO top against Wukong. We're gonna have jungling matchup, which is I'll go over the jungling in a minute. It's gonna be Tarek E funnel against Kayn jungling with Yasuo, which is clearly not a funnel. Pretty YOLO Q picks on red team already. And then you look bot, which is Syndra Morg. Syndra Morg is a pretty terrifying lane. It's one of the more meta ones this patch. It's one of I believe the only non-ADC meta pick right now, Syndra bot. Just because you have so much range damage, you can farm very well, and you have very high kill pressure on your opposing lanes.
Yes.
So red team is gonna set up for an invade, maybe. They're going through the long brush. I think blue team knows this. Tarek's in the brush. He scouts it out. Yeah, he sees this. He's running back. It's the dark binding. No, it's not gonna hit. Ooh, that's a very unfortunate miss. You can tell that Gary Star here is not a support main. True support main. Yeah. A true support main will not have failed that binding, especially on a flashless Tarek. You don't have to do that much thinking to hit a flashless character. This guy is still going full funnel.
Full funnel E. That's interesting. I've never seen it in action before.
It is one of the more annoying things that you can possibly go up against. So I've seen funnels being played very wrong, which is mind-boggling because it's not hard to get right. You just follow the E. And you feed them as much money as you possibly can. And in lane, you don't actually farm that much. You just try to set up freezes. So E just pops by your lane once in a while, and you can collect some Targon stacks. In essence, that's how you play the funnel. You just give E the jungle income as well as mid lane income. And the idea is to get him as many items as you possibly can, so he takes over the game before anybody in the game has an answer to him.
Yes.
I've seen this comp being played wrong a lot. I've seen comps where Tarek takes way too much money and you might as well just not play funnel. I've seen comps where the E gets funneled and just feeds, which is also really hard.
That's a classic. In theory, they don't really have any CC for E.
Yeah. But in the solo dual queue environment, where there's significantly less coordination than things like Clash or actual tournaments, It's a very, very powerful combo to pull off. You get a friend that you trust, or even like an acquaintance that you somewhat trust, and you just get them to feed you as much money as possible, and it's a very, very easy comp to play.
Yes.
It's also decently hard to stop once it actually gets going. And the Gary's turn, he's gonna eat a hook here, and he's taking so much damage.
That black shield is a little delayed there, buddy.
The black shield blocked nothing. Did it block Flay?
It blocked nothing.
Oh, it blocked nothing. I see.
Might as well not even use it. Oh, going for the binding, misses. Top lane, having a fun time. Wukong versus Kale. That is an eventual wash for Kale.
Eventually, but right now Wukong's actually playing the lane wrong. He's slow pushing into Kale, which is actually helping her get through the weakest parts of her laning phase. Oh, the E is gonna run into some trouble, but the Dazzle, he flash carries the stun forward, and Kane's gonna shadow walk away. And now the Yasuo trading 1v2. Syndra has appeared. She's shoving in a warp. There's 4 mag here, but the E, he gets the first blood. He gets taken down, and now the Taric has nowhere to go. He's just gonna drop. Blue team bot lane arrives a little bit too late. They don't get to help. They just get to watch their duel die.
Yeah.
So that right there, that's a pretty good example of how you shut down the funnel. You just attack them early on and just throw bodies at them. The bad news is they did lose first blood to the E. So he is gonna get some pretty powerful items here. He got Threat Smite and the 2 dagger lead on the opposing jungler. If mishandled, that will blow up in his face very quickly. Oh, the Kale gets lit on fire. And the monkey solo kills her just by bashing her with his club over and over. Or staff.
But there is a double buff on the bot lane, so that's going to push this lead.
Syndra gets the double buffs. Yep, that's very true.
Double buffs and a double kill.
Yeah, she
has a classic combination.
She has a lot of income in her right now, and that's just from killing off the funnel comp. So now she needs to actually take this buff, because it gives her... This will give her so much more staying power in the lane. You got your mana regen covered and your health regen both covered. And your blue buff gives you so much CDR that you can actually just start shoving out, start making aggressive plays. The Kane's gonna come in. Will the Blade Reese find anything? The binding will land, and the stun, it gets followed up. So the Misfortune taking so much damage, and the Syndra, can she finish the damage? She finishes off the thresh. Gets that killing spree. 3-0 and 0. So right now we have a Syndra that's very far ahead. We have a Yasuo that's actually doing pretty well for himself, solo farming in lane, and you really just want to look at the CS, because ideally right now E should have the highest CS in the game, and because he died, he got put back a little bit, so he doesn't have that right now.
I mean, he is on par with Yasuo.
Yeah, but in theory he's getting the jungle to himself and more or less half of mid lane to himself, because he's not there all the time.
Yeah.
But he's right now not catching as much income as he wants. They really do need this comp to take off. Look for some picks, look for some kills. They can set up a Dazzle and just kill off the Yasuo. Are they going to try it here? Nope, they're just going to come here and sweep up the minion wave. Just come back and collect the cannons once in a while. And after that, just follow along the E. Wherever he goes, you go. The ideal funnel is just to slow them down as much as possible, because when you play this comp, you sacrifice mid lane entirely. You do not have a mid laner in this composition.
Yeah. So in theory, if you have a strong mid lane pusher, you could just punish this, right?
That depends on what you pick as a mid lane push. Because the other thing you have to be considering is, if you're pushed up all the time mid, you're actually free food for E Taric as well, because they have so much lockdown and so much burst that they can dish out.
Okay.
Yasuo is
what would be the ideal lane for this?
Oh, wait, hold that thought. Syndra's gonna get hooked up. The Black Shield a little bit late, but here comes the runaway. Master E did run down, and the Morgana is gonna be sacrificed here. Master E hits level 6. The Highlander is gonna come in, and the funnel might have taken off just now. Double kill over to the E. He's got it. He's got the income. He didn't actually get the double. He got one of them. But still, he got a lot of money, and the Master E is going to follow him down. The Yasuo is down here as well, but he doesn't really have anything. He has 3 daggers, and that's it. So he's not strong enough to fight.
Yeah. So what would be the ideal mid laner against this comp?
That's a very good question. You can attack it from several different angles. You can pick a really strong independent laner that can actually abuse the fact that Taric's not in lane all the time. And just kill the tower as fast as you can. Sometimes
So
it
like
works out,
fixed.
sometimes it doesn't. The other picks you can look for is a strong roamer that can contest the side lanes. So you can apply equal amounts of pressure to the side lanes in a way that you either force the E Tarek to match you so they can't comfortably funnel all the time, or you win that skirmish. But that's a lot harder. There's a reason the E Tarek funnel exists with these two champions, because Tarek sets up E very well. And you can get so much early damage now. Oh, the master. Oh, the Wukong. He overextended.
That's a big mistake from
Yeah.
Wukong there.
He saw Kale had
dive.
He saw Kale had ultimate down, so he went for that play, but it was a little bit too overzealous. The Syndra, be very careful here. The hook, it does predict the backstab, and now she gets hooked up to flay back. There's so much damage, and the Misfortune kills her off here. 2-0 and 1. And now 8 minutes on the clock, because you have a funneler. You go kill the Herald. All in the name of accelerating the game as much as you can. And we see Yasuo, he's got his tier 2 boost complete, but he hasn't bought any actual damage items yet, not even a crit, just only attack speed. So he's not doing that much, but he does have a pink ward. That's an excellent pink ward. It spots out the gank on mid, so he's gonna be safe.
Alright. Bot lane's not looking so hot.
Yeah. Bot lane went from really far ahead to now kind of behind.
Behind.
In no small part thanks to that Master E kill down here, but he does have his finished Blood Razor. A ton of attack speed. Tarek's gonna come in to try to hold off a mid wave. Oh, but the Yasuo, he's diving for this!
Yasuo.
Oh no, wind wall! Why did he wind wall? It doesn't work against tower shots! And now the Master E pops Highlander! That's such a free kill for him! Oh, how badly can you
Here come
handle
bot
it?
lane.
Unleash power goes down on the Misfortune. Is Morgana gonna finish that kill? No, the Dark Sphere will. And suddenly the ADC is that the Flame misses. And the Thresh runs out of damage. He gets bound up. He gets stunned. And that's gonna be a double kill to the Syndra. There's another problem though. They deploy the Herald and Wukong has come down from top lane to help out.
Oh, and here it comes.
But that mid lane play is disastrous because you just did everything wrong. You dove a Tarek. You try to wind wall tower shots. And you give a kill to the E. These are things that certainly should not be happening at this elo of play. But you still see them apparently.
He's a beginner Yasuo, don't worry.
He does go back to pick up his cloak, so now he's sitting on 40% crit. He does need the Phantom Dancer complete as well as Eye Edge to hit his power spike. But he's actually not having the best time of his life right now.
Oh, Morgana coming in for the mid lane. What the?
He gets that free farm at mid. Morgana is even roaming mid for some reason. I don't think Morgana should be roaming right now. This is a very awkward time for Morgana to be out of lane. Thresh is gonna look to punish. Can he get it here? He does. The Death Sentence connects. And there's no Morgana. The support is gone. The Syndra has no protection. The Dark Spirit does land. Thresh will tank a tower shot. He'll be fine. Where was the Morgana? Why did she go mid? That is mind-boggling. You do not leave your carry in that situation. Kane is gonna come in for a gank. Morgana, the binding will whiff, but the Misfortune will die in the back. But let's talk about roaming as a support. It's definitely a very correct thing to do. It's something that a really good proactive support looks to roam a lot.
Yes.
But you need to roam at a good time. And that at that time, it was absolutely the worst reason to roam. And I'll go over that for a few reasons. But first, Master Yi, he's going to get Tarek ult. Meanwhile, top lane Wukong Cyclone spinning on the kill. He might actually win this trade. He does win that solo kill. And the Radiance from the something Radiance, Tarek ultimate, whatever, doesn't actually secure it. Black Shield. I think Black Shield blocked the hook. I don't think it did. The hook just whiffed.
No, the hook whiffed.
Yeah, the hook whiffed. But back to the farming point. Not farming, roaming point. Generally, the support roams, as a rule of thumb, roams on two occasions. One, when the ADC backs, or two, when you're both. Hold on, sorry. Point one, when your ADC backs, you can actually take that window of opportunity to go roam.
Yes.
And two, when your lane has really high priority and the enemy doesn't have both members bot. In any other situation, you don't want to desert your carry. Just because plays like that can happen. Thresh will jump on your carry and he may actually kill you. they did botch that kill. I do think they had the Syndra dead to rights, but they just couldn't capitalize on it. And you know, if the Syndra actually died there, it would 100% be on the Morgana straight up leaving lane at the wrong time. Because if you're both returning to lane with your carry, that's not the right time to roam. You shouldn't be saying, my ADC and I are both going back to lane, I can roam, because you should be with your carry in that situation.
Ooh. A 3-man top.
Yep. The other bad thing about the roam was that the roam didn't really accomplish anything because there was no mid laner for blue team. The blue team is playing E-Taric funnel, and when Morgana goes mid, you're not looking to catch anybody out. Your binding is not going to land on anyone. You literally just arrive at mid tower and autos the tower twice and goes back bot. And that's just a huge waste of everybody's time involved. And you actually even sat mid lane EXP. So there's a lot of things wrong with that roam. But now, the Morgana, she's going to get snared up. But the Shackles, it doesn't connect the stun. She has to try to walk away, but the Alpha Strike is coming back up. The Exhaust is there. And Master Yi gets on a killing spree, 4-1-1. Kane will try to steal away his blue buff, but that is the least of their concerns right now. Bot lane is in so much trouble. 4 people bot. Master Yi is going to dodge away a tower shot. And now the siege continues. So many pings going down on the minimap. Oh, Syndra, she might want more, but she can't really find a kill here. They do lose first turret because Tarik's number in lane. Yasuo did push out, but now the Master Yi, he's so strong. He actually did a 1 CM flash, but he still got the kill. He definitely didn't need to flash, but he secures it. Now the Kayle hits level 11, so she's gonna start shooting flame waves now. But she doesn't have Gunblade complete, and that's actually a pretty big power spike. Gives her way more reliable sustain than a Cutlass. It gives her a spammable active. It gives her lockdown and burst, and a lot of really good things. But she doesn't have the Gunblade yet. She did go back and buy it just now.
Yeah.
But she's still sitting on... She still needs a lot more items than this. But for now, Wukong's still in a pretty okay position. The Kayle will slowly outfarm him in this matchup from this point onwards. But right now, he's pretty powerful by himself as well, so it's not too much of a concern. The only thing that Red Team has to watch out for is that Master Yi is currently getting pretty decently accelerated.
Yes.
That 135 farm means a lot more than just a number, because a bunch of that is just jungle creeps, which is worth more than lane minions in general.
And so they don't really have lockdown for him.
Yeah, if you check the income tab, you can see he's got so much money. The funnel put 8,000 in his pocket. Yeah, the Yasuo. This might not be a trade he can win. Oh no! The last burst. It's enough. He gets the crit. 90% crit on this Yasuo. He gets it, and now the Master Yi, he's going in for it. The Dazzle will miss, and here comes the Cyclone to counter. But does he have Cyclone too? Yes, he does! Can he buy enough time? The Radius, the Cosmic Radius, it turns him invincible, and the Syndra gets stunned up. And now the Yasuo, he doesn't have his ultimate. It's a total wash! He's killing everybody! That's a quadra kill for the Master Yi, not the Yasuo. Yasuo wishes that was his quadra kill. That was disastrous for Red Team. You fought into Master Yi without the correct amount of CC and burst, and they just couldn't lock him down. And the Taric gives him infinite durability, and he cleans house, getting that quadra kill. And this game just got so much harder to play for Red Team.
Oh, and the Herald coming in.
Is this gonna be the 6th loss in a row for Garryster 123?
It could be.
Now, in his words, he's had 4 AFKs in a row, and then just straight up lost one, and now this is his 6th game.
This is looking pretty grim for the Red Team. Yasuo getting caught here. Ooh.
The hook does land, but they can't get that kill. They don't need to. Master Yi needs to reset, buy a bunch of items. Kayle's getting that split push happening down bot.
I don't see much opportunity for Red Team to win here.
It does look pretty doomed. They need to find a way to shut down the Yasuo. Not the Yasuo, I keep saying Yasuo, but they need to find a way to shut down the E, yes. It's really hard from here. The funnel has essentially completed. Because if you just look at the gold differential, he's so rich. He's 3,000 above red team's richest member, and that was the guy who got a free lane because Tarek's not in lane. This final comp is so incredibly disastrous to go up against when even the slightest thing goes right. And right now, I don't think red team has the correct tools to shut this down. They have the red cane transformation, but Ras doesn't have the lockdown. Monkey just gets bursted, especially with his current items. He really needs like bare minimum Ninja Tabai to survive this, but he doesn't even have that. Like, here comes a knockup onto the KO, but not enough CC. The root does not cancel the judgment. She's still dead, but that's so many ultimates expended here. And by so many, I mean just last breath, but that's a pretty important ultimate for the Master Yi. Blue team is gonna secure Drake. Can they fight this? No, they cannot. They're gonna leave the Morgana to the wolves. She needs to try to run, but she can't, and that's gonna be a very dead support Morg. They get the dragon, and Misfortune dies. Misfortune kills off Syndra somewhere. I don't even know where that happened. So now they lost their bot lane, and Monkey is top. Yeah, Master Yi's getting so much money. He's got 3 finished items, 3.5. Like we'll count boots. 3.5 finished items. He's incredibly strong right now. That's so much attack speed, so much stats. He could kill everybody on red team without even trying. And that is a point of the game where it gets really difficult to play. This is no longer a Master Yi you can kill. The Tarek just has to stand near him, and he won't die.
Knockdown on red team for this.
You need to have so much CC that you can crowd control Master Yi and Tarek at the same time for like 6 seconds. They just don't have it. They can't do that.
Yeah.
And control isn't like hard control, because you need to stop things like Alpha Strike, Cosmic Radiance. These things can't be stopped by snares. You need significant amounts of CC to tie them down, but they just don't have it. This is not the tanky comp that can outlast this. This is a very squishy comp that is getting stomped by a Master Yi. They do spot them out, but can they make a play happen? I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. There's the Highlander. He's coming in. Can they get the lockdown? No, they cannot. They don't have everybody. And now the Master Yi's coming in. The Cosmic Radius. It lands. The invulnerability is there. Syndra Zion's into her death. And now there's a 3-man knockup. Master Yi, he's still alive. The Yasuo last breath can't finish it. They kill off the Misfortune, but that's the least of their problems. Cyclone 2 comes out, but there's still so much damage remaining on blue team. They haven't killed anybody critical, and that's everybody dead. KO is full health. She's free hitting all this time. Yasuo escapes with a sliver of health. And might I say, this game's over.
This game's over.
That is about as good as you could probably hope for. Maybe if the Syndra lives longer, but they got the critical CC, they got the initial knockup pick, but they just don't have damage.
Yasuo was there.
They don't have
the damage. I
feel
like if Yasuo was there in the initial knockup, they could have killed him.
You need to, if you can't control them long enough, you need to burst E before Cosmic Radiance drops, because at the first sign of trouble, Tarek will press R.
Yes.
So you need to find a way to burst them in like 1.5 seconds, and I don't think that's gonna happen.
Isn't it 2.5?
Is it 2.5?
I'm pretty sure it's like
2.5. Yeah, it's 2.5. 2.5. Right. Yeah, but still, they need to kill him in 2.5 seconds. I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
You need to.
I think that was the best opportunity because KO wasn't there, so.
Yeah. I think you need to like expend every ultimate you have to have a chance of doing that.
Yes, that's correct.
No, do not fight this. This is a 2v3, and that's gonna be so many bodies on red team dead. 2 people dying for no reason.
And that's a wash.
You can't go for individual picks like this. You need to treat this party.
Just end my life.
Oh hey.
Just end my life, guys.
I mean, you asked for this.
Same interview.
Dude, he hovered Leona, literally last second, switched to Morg.
Okay.
Like, like, holy, and his Morg sucks ass, too, holy shit.
That's a draft problem.
Dude, okay, I don't know if you guys are watching bot when I got hooked by Thresh.
And he was roaming mid?
No. I was bot lane. We were both bot lane.
Oh.
Thresh was running up to me to hook, and I was like, use your spell shield.
Oh yeah, the shield didn't do it.
I
Yeah.
tell him to shield me. I literally tell him to. I'm like, it's gonna hit. Shield me. He doesn't shield me, and after he's like, oh, I didn't think it would hit.
Ah, that's a classic.
That is
I literally told you to hit your fucking E, and he was like, it didn't look like it was gonna hit. I was like,
classic mistake. Understandable.
But our cast got crashed by this guy telling us that Gary is a poor communicator. Who knew?
holy no, he's not. He sucks dick at support.
Why did you tell him to play support? I would have taken the
Because last time we played Leona, he did okay. I guess that's because Leona was broken.
I would have taken the Master Tier Nocturne.
Yeah.
Over this.
We expected a jungle performance, but instead what
He's
we got
jungling
is
this game, but Jesus Christ.
we got a Master E killing everybody. He's 12
Yeah.
and 1. He's 12 1 and 7.
No hard CC lockdown for him.
People are just running out to be killed. This is
Oh, did you guys see the our almost death push, and then Gary walking out and
Yes.
dancing in front of them?
Yes.
yeah.
Gary asked what he did wrong there.
What did you
You should
do?
enlighten me.
Well,
He said he baited that perfectly.
Okay, so if he claims that, let's actually go back
Let's go
to
back.
that
Yeah.
death brush. It was right. No, not here. It was like they got Baron off that, right?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they got Baron. Where's the Baron? Okay, yeah, this
Ah,
fight.
right there. Right there. Yeah.
Wait, this
Oh
fight?
baby, Olaf.
Yes. Yep.
No, this isn't a death. No, wait, that's Herald. Hold on. Where's Baron?
No. Keep.
No, this is Herald.
Past
This-
it.
Where was the Baron fight?
Yeah. Pass that. Yeah.
Wait
Right
for
there.
it.
Oh, this
19
one?
minutes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll watch this
So,
one.
Here we go. We have a nice
All right, the death
death
brush.
push setup.
All right.
Okay.
Please get in the brush. No, don't
The
spam the
dancing.
emote.
Okay. And the
Oh,
missed
that's
Q.
not a bait.
That's a.
That's very much not a bait. That is inting.
That's yeah.
Because that bait was too early because he was discovered early. He needed to buy time for the rest of his team to get there.
Yeah.
Because you can
He
see
was
when this
He was
bait
already
started.
discovered.
Yeah.
I'm
So
fucking tilted, guys.
assume a world where they don't see this morgue. So they don't see the king. He's in the brush, but they see the morgue here.
Yeah.
If they don't see her, they don't know that there's people here. So we'll keep playing this out with blue team's vision. They see a Syndra.
Okay. They
sure.
see Syndra.
Okay. But if there's no vision here, they don't walk here. Like if they don't see a champion here, they won't go for that kill. Because this is a E that's 4 levels above a morgue.
Yeah,
And he has a
that's
target
instant
behind him with his
kill.
ulti. Doesn't even matter there's people in that brush now, because now he knows, like, doesn't matter who's here. I can kill them. I'm 4 levels above Morg. Morg insta-dies. So this is a very poorly timed bait, because if you switch over to red team's vision, they're not in position.
Yeah.
This guy needs time to get to the fight. Syndra's backing off. Kane's tries to set up this pick. They need a time. They need a moment for E to organically walk in to set up the pick. But instead, what E got is like, oh, there's a kill. Even if there's like 2 people camping in there, I have a Tark behind me. I'm safe. So this is this just turns out to be a total wash, right? Miss Q. That aside, this moment is when essentially Morgana forces red team into starting the pick prematurely. Because right now, Yasuo's still walking down. They see this last brush, he needs to join. If you give him like 5 extra seconds, I think this works out.
Yeah. If Yasuo was there, they could have killed him.
Because they saw Morg, they got the idea to just pull the trigger and go. And suddenly, no CC, no follow-up, no last breath, Yasuo's not here, and Cosmic Radiance drops, and the team fight's over. So definitely when you set up death brushes, don't walk out of the brush.
Yeah.
So that should be a very basic knowledge. But regardless, that is going to be a E-Tarek performance. We get to see a funnel take off, and that's going to be the end of that game.
Yeah, I get to see why permaban Gary's Morgana.
Uh-huh.